Well, we're ready to take roll call for this week's meeting of the Beer Brothers Lodge of the Royal Order of the Burn Pot. Roll call. Beer Brother Brett.
I'm here.
Beer Brother Mark.
I'm here.
Beer Brother Dan. Here. Beer Brother Mark, would you please lead us in the lighting of the burn pot?
Here we go.
Okay.
And there we go. There, I put out my finger, and here we go. Cheers.
Hey, look at Dan go.
What the hell?
There you go.
Damn.
I have my trusty fat tire neon sign on. I guess I have to put on my lodge hat.
It looks pretty
I'll
good
be
back
official.
there.
It does.
Damn,
So-
man, you're upstaging us. Looks really good.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago it was the actual fire pit. This week it's my fat tire neon sign. So this week we have a Beer Brother Brett has the beer, provided us with beer. So what are we trying here, Brett?
Well, boys, tonight you're being punished. We've had a good run of some great beers, and I know that this is going to be a good beer. I'm going to enjoy it, but I know you guys will not. So this is a little love from me to you guys. Tonight we'll be drinking
Sure it is.
Southern Brewing Company Red and Black. It's a sour aged on raspberry and blackberries. It's a sour beer, and I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy a good sour, but I know you guys don't. This so far, I believe, is the weakest beer we've tried. It's a 4.5% by volume, so just a little over tap water strength compared to what we drink normally.
Yeah. I'm taking a picture here. I want to get a picture of this. You holding that up and me holding it up. So there we go. We have officially recorded this travesty before it starts.
You guys might enjoy it. Probably not, but you might. It's going to be a good.
I will save my first reservation about this beer after we taste it. So lead away.
It's very explosive when you open it. I didn't even drop this one, and I just shot
Oh crap!
beer all over the place.
Holy crap.
Jeez.
I just warned you guys. I warned you.
What'd you do? Shake it from there?
Jesus, Dan.
Good grief.
There was no shaking
I got-
involved
I'm
tonight.
glad I've got shorts on because it's dripping down my leg.
Oh, my God.
All right, I bet you this is.
Yeah,
gonna
it looks
happen.
like ginger ale or something.
Oh, wait till you pour it in. It's like,
Cranberry juice here.
look at that. Woo.
Oh, you're using a Moosehead glass. I'm using tonight, although unfortunately it's red, so it doesn't show up as my an old Stitch glass from Williamsburg.
You know, that's the first pink head I think I've ever poured on a beer before.
Yes,
I have never seen a pink head.
I could come up with some other comments, but I'm not.
This is a family show, except
Show.
when Mark cusses, but he's the video guy, so he can blurt them out. All right, let's have a little sample, boys.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, that looks like that knee-high strawberry. You know. Have you ever seen those?
that has definitely got a little sour to it.
It's got a pucker factor.
It's like when you're standing. My dad has some wild blackberries on his property. You're eating some that are super sweet and just really great, and then you get one that is just sour as can be, and that's exactly like this tastes like. It's like eating a super sour blackberry.
It is.
Wow. I like sours. I like farmhouse sours. I like those type of beers. So I'm okay with this.
When I had to give up drinking beer for a little while, and all I was drinking was sparkling water, I would throw these little tablets. It's kind of like airborne kind of things, but it was some other thing I got on that when they were closing out something. And this is what this tastes like. You take the tablet and throw it in and just pour sparkling water over it, and it's red and it tastes red.
The head was really frothy, but it's to me not super carbonated. It's not like it's a ton of bubbles to it. You would have to drink a bunch of this to get a buzz, I have a feeling.
It had a large head to it, but I would not call it frothy.
Yeah.
To me, frothy is more smooth and
This was
that kind
more
of stuff.
this was more fizzy.
Fizzy. That's a good word.
Yeah, it's fizzy.
And there's a probiotic drink that I get occasionally. I don't want to tell the name, but it's probiotic, and it's real bubbly and really effervescent in your mouth when you drink it. And this kind of reminds me of it.
So far, 2 out of 3 people have said this is like the health food stuff they take, and somewhere in there's a beer review.
Now, guys, I'll be honest with you. Normally, as Brett and Dan know, I really don't like sours. But Brett, this is not to me, this is not an intense sour. This is not, it's got the pucker factor, but it's got that light effervescence going with it. That this is a good summertime beer almost. But I wouldn't really say it tastes like a beer to me. It's much more too fruity for a beer. But I don't dislike it. I know. Did you see the light? Where's the light?
I'm actually surprised. I was expecting some of Mark's more famous quotes coming out of his mouth about.
I just got to
this is like you're comparing it to an old date or something.
I just got a breaking news. Hell just froze over.
I have to admit,
maybe it's because I'm only running on 3 hours of sleep. Maybe that's part of the problem here.
Well, I'd have to say this has. I'm sure the people at Southern Brewing will hope they won't take umbrage to this. This almost tastes like a malt liquor, but without all the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It's lighter. It's more effervescent. It has a bite to it, but it's the bubbles. It's not a bite that, like a bitter bite or, because being a sour ale, I'd have to wonder, what was the ale?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sure that, I had to put some kind of something in there to create the sour. And it says it's aged on raspberries and blackberries. So I'm assuming they made a sour beer and then they let it age, with the raspberries and the blackberries. I would say more raspberry than blackberry.
Yeah. So I guess the question goes, since we've all kind of told about what we think it tastes like, what would each of us rate this, Brett?
It's not a bad beer to me, but it has a place for it. I'm going to do a rating and a pairing together. I would pair this with a freshly cut yard on a day that it's about 94 degrees with about 80% humidity. And I would drink this really quickly to cool off, and it would be a good strong 7.5. It would be strictly to drink it for hydration and just that wow factor to kind of cool down after a fresh cut lawn. I'm not going to pair it with any food. I think it's just a good hot day summer beer that I would enjoy.
I understand your pairing and when you would drink it, but I've always sort of made the comment that after you've cut the grass and you're sweating and it's 90 in the 90s, every beer tastes good. So, but I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I have to say, on a hot day, if you're sitting out back, there's two. I could drink this, or I'd have to sit there and decide whether I want to make a tincture using New Age over lime and ice. But this is not. It doesn't suck.
I'm going to take this as a win.
This is not okay. It's not a 10, but it doesn't suck. So I would. It's not, and I would drink this again. But I would, but it's not a go-to beer. I'll say that. This is like wearing white. You can't wear white until Memorial Day. This is kind of like, I'm not going to drink this before Memorial Day, although today's not Memorial Day, but it's free, and so you paid for it. It meets my criteria for drinking before Memorial Day.
For people that would watch this, and if the brewer happens to see this, two really stuck-up beer drinkers that really have tastes of certain things that they like kind of give it a stamp of approval. And that's a really big thing, even though it's not a beer that I think we would drink all the time. But for you guys to kind of say it's not bad is really good. I'm really glad we tried it.
I mean, guys, I would say this is a 6.5 to 7 to me. I would say that, it's a solid 7. And honestly, I could see this beer. Honestly, I could see this beer like sitting in a pool, laying there in the water in the pool, getting out. Somebody's got some fresh fruit that they've got. There's some watermelon or whatever they've got out there in a bowl. It's a hot day, like you said, Brett. That's where I think this would work really well with some seasonal fruit, maybe some peaches sliced or whatever. It's I wouldn't see it with anything heavier than that, though. It seems like to me it's beckoning lightness and crispness and not heaviness. So I wouldn't.
I would not want to pair this with food.
No, but I think
I think
fruit.
heat, and fruit.
Yeah. So yeah, Brett, you did pretty good. I mean, I have to say, I'm almost finished with this beer, and I was really concerned when I read the label. Yeah, that I was going to be like, this is going to be a bitch to put down, and it really is not. It's really, I'd say it's a pretty damn good beer.
My objection to this beer is that it's called Red and Black.
Yeah, where's
an Auburn grad, I do not appreciate the colors. I do not appreciate the name. Although the newspaper in Athens was pretty good, and it was called Red and Black. But in terms of the name, I find it offensive.
But it was brewed in Athens, so you got to give it.
I know, yeah, but they do terrapin and other things in Athens, and they don't have a red and black.
Yeah, see, I'm drinking out of a terrapin glass.
Mm. Oh, that might be sacrilegious in Athens, or at least to the folks at Southern Brewing.
That's true, but it is it's a nice looking beer. Again, when you look at it, when I look at it here under the light in my office, it really looks like kind of a grapefruit, some kind of grapefruit drink or something, pink grapefruit. I mean, it's really, or pink lemonade or something. That's what it looks like to me. Mm-hmm. But again, it's the aroma. When you smell it, you can smell. I mean, it's like you're in the thick of a raspberry or blackberry patch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
So, guys, I think that was good.
I would say if you're going to make an ale or something with raspberries and blackberries and stuff, you could really screw it up.
Yeah.
I mean, you can really screw it. There are some like that comes out of the southern state that's a couple states away that I can't drink. But this I can.
Well, you guys have all had the kind where they'll have the fruit infused and it tastes like medicine.
Yeah.
And that they've ruined it. They've killed it. They've ruined it.
Yeah.
It tastes like medicine. And I don't want to drink medicine socially. Really don't. So this, hats off to these guys. They made something that is not overpowering, yet the fruit seems natural. The flavoring seems natural in there. Yeah. It doesn't seem like they forced it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Well, I think with that said, I think it might be time to snuff out the burn pot and adjourn till next week. And next week we're going to be sampling Back 40's beer. I can screw this up. The peanut butter porter. That's what I was trying to. That's what I was. Too many P's. Anyway, but I'm looking forward to that. That will be my presentation, and then Beer Brother Mark is still thinking about what he's going to be doing in 2 weeks. So
probably Green Man.
Huh?
Probably going to.
Oh, that's right. We got to find it first.
Yep. So guys, let's snuff it out.
My glass is empty, so it's time to go.
It is.
Oh, hot ashes. Hi, guys.